Well, it's official. The Pokemon Center has 0 ETBs available. That's right. You can see here on the website, everything is marked as sold out. Obviously, these older ones, that make sense. But even all the way to the most recent one to sell out, Shrouded Fable. Gone. Why is that important? Well, 1, it shows you the state of the hobby, but 2, it's important for this channel specifically. That's because I'm giving away an ETB, and for a while it was dependent on the availability of the Pokemon Center ETBs. I was going to give away a Pokemon Center ETB, but if that was not going to be available, and there was a real risk for that, I was going to give away this Brilliant Stars ETB, which it is now official. This is the one you'll get. The Brilliant Stars ETB out of my collection going to 1 lucky subscriber. We're trying to get to 5,000 subscribers. I'm also going to give out 5 Pokemon mystery card lots. I want to give people a chance. An ETB is great, and I think to the 1 lucky winner, that's awesome. But to only have 1 just seems a little bit annoying, unfair, disheartening. And in this time of when it's so difficult to get anything cool, anything fun, I want to give away a little bit extra with those mystery card lots. So be a part of the channel. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And you want to make sure that you're entered in the right spot, all right? You need to go over to this video here. That's where you're going to comment, and I will choose a winner once we reach 5,000 subscribers. It's Tuesday, so we are looking at our Trending Tuesday with all things sealed product and single card in the Pokemon space going up in price, trending in an upward direction, which is pretty much anything you want to look at. But let's dive in and just see what I've pulled aside for today. The Pokemon 151 binder collection going way up in price. My goodness, I couldn't believe seeing this here. We're already getting up to that $123, $124 mark. This is 4 packs and the binder. 4 packs of 151. Now, with Blooming Waters coming out, there was a little bit of speculation that maybe, just maybe, enough packs would hit the market, enough people would get their fill, and prices might stabilize or come down or, not go crazy, but none of that has happened so far. And I don't know if there will be restocks on Blooming Waters. It was gone in an instant. Never saw it, probably never will, at least from my perspective. That's been the way of a lot of things, and that's okay. That's the nature of the hobby. I'm not waiting in line for hours on end. I'm not getting out there to, start fights with people over this stuff. So I get it. From my perspective, not going to be easy to find coming across it out in the wild. But a lot of people who actually do go on the hunt, I've been hearing from you, and still nearly impossible to even encountering with any of this stuff. Is this emblematic of what we're going to see with Prismatic Evolutions? We had a binder collection there, and it even has an additional pack at 5 packs for it. Will this eventually be the price point? It could be. It could be. I mean, 151 started out going wild, crazy, prices off the charts, but then it came down and it stabilized to being available, reasonable. MSRP was not difficult to find, even under MSRP. Take the Ultra Premium Collection, for example. This was sitting at Costco online and in stores in some cases, available for a long time. It wasn't like it came out in waves and people scooped it up. It was available for a long time. If you weren't a part of the hobby at that point, you wouldn't have known this. If you're newer to the hobby, I'm trying to let you know, so maybe it gives a shred of hope to what could happen with Prismatic Evolutions, because 151 was a big hype set. People wanted it, and they're not wrong for wanting it. It's a great set. One of my favorites in recent years, for sure. However, it was difficult to get a hold of. You couldn't find it anywhere, and then availability happened. It just happened, and it wasn't just the UPC at the time, or even only this, that made it work. You could find stuff on the regular, going through your stores, different time periods, different restocks, and people would leave it behind because there were other sets that were coming out that people were more interested in seeing what they're about and learning on the new sets and enjoying the hobby in a different way. So these were easy pickups. I believe I picked up 3 of them around that $80 range from Costco at one point. It might have only been 2, but I have 5 in my collection, so I'm trying to remember which ones went to where. So this was one I was kind of banking on, even at those lower prices, because it was printed so heavily. And that's one of the few things where it's been a decent pick, because even 3 months ago, it was, still at $230. So even if this has room to come down from the current $284 that it's at, for anybody who's holding on to them, even if it comes down to the $220, $200, even $150, if you were anywhere near the MSRP, it's still a win. I just don't think it'll be coming down anytime soon. Maybe this scenario will be a little bit of a foresight into what we might see with Prismatic Evolutions. Maybe that UPC will be printed into the ground, and that will be the one that meets demand, and people are able to pick it up at MSRP on the regular. Maybe we won't be at a point in time where it's less than MSRP. Maybe it'll only be a few dollars more, but right around there would be great for a lot of us to have an opportunity to rip packs, have an opportunity to pick up some of this set that, while it looks interesting, it's kind of turned a lot of people off because of the way it's unfolded. Maybe you're in that camp. I feel like I've gone back and forth in that. And you know what? That's fine. That's part of it. That's how life goes. It's okay. It's all ebbs and flows. It's like a roller coaster. And another one that's been on the upswing here big time, the 151 Pokemon Center Elite Trainer Box, the Pokemon Center version. This is going to be really heavily leaning on the Snorlax stamped promo inside, pushing us to, what are we seeing here? 350, 390 here? 395? Yeah, we're getting close to that $400 mark. Moving on to a couple of the cards, Charizard EX. This one's been a steady climb the last 2 months especially. I mean, it wasn't cheap. It was still $200 card 3 months ago. You stretch it out even further. 6 months ago it was $125, and now we've almost doubled that at the $250. Yeah, 100% markup on the little chart here. So yeah, we've doubled that price in the past 6 months at $253 for the Charizard EX. Going on to Paldean Fates, this is starting to lean into that 151. It seemed like, okay, another shiny set. Yeah, these are cool. People got it. They had their fill, and there was a little bit of a buzz, but it wasn't outrageous. It wasn't insane. You could find it on shelves. People weren't going crazy, but now we're getting closer into those 151 prices. Of course, everything is riding the wave, and we'll get into that a little bit here in the next couple slides, because I do have a couple that I point out, just showing you how things might lag behind, but they're still on the same trend for what we're seeing in the current state of things with Pokemon. So Paldean Fates Booster Bundle sitting around $55, $56, depending on your listing. Looks about right, $57 there for the lowest listing on that one. That's what's listed up on top here. You move into the regular ETB. All right, we're at a $100 box. 102 and some change for the regular ETB. This is not the stamped promo. This is not that Mimikyu with the stamp on it, which at one point seemed like it might be the flop of the stamped promos, which I saw somewhere in the neighborhood of like $50, $60 for that thing. So it's all going up right now. The Bubble Mew, this thing, will it burst? Is it about to burst? This Mew EX is getting up there, $355, $56 with that shipping. We got a little leveling off just in the past couple weeks, like 2 weeks. Does that mean we're just settling down and going, hang on a second, let's not go too crazy, we've maxed out on this? And it might sit there and float around for a while. All these puns are so easy, I'm really not intending them. Float around for a while in the $400 range even, and it could come back and settle, you know, even further down after a boom, if the market can cool off. You know, all factors, you know, are going to rely on other things. It's going to take time, and time will tell, but for now, big gains as of late, and a little leveling off. That might be a little bit of hope, a little bit of promise. Gardevoir EX out of Paldean Fates. Didn't want to highlight your Charizard. I feel like that one gets a lot of love, which is fine. But these other two are, you know, it's the the first and third pulls of the set, and how wildly different the prices are. I think the Gardevoir is beautiful, but a similar trend. It's starting to just level off a little bit. It's not really coming down. I don't think there's enough data to say that or support it, but this big swing up here, getting to close to $100 card, sitting around now 92, 94, somewhere in there for that one. Shrouded Fable is kind of the eye-opener, the big one here to me, because this was a, hey, let's pass on this set. And now that there's nothing out there, now that Pokemon Center has sold out on it, we're going to see some gains big time. Once it goes out of stock on Pokemon Center, you start seeing things shift really heavily over there. And the reason it goes out of stock is because people are finally shifting that way, since you can't get anything else. I was tempted to pick up a few more of these, but I just didn't want to put my collection dollars in there when I'd rather chance it for the availability, because that's going to be the difficulty on upcoming sets, things that are coming out like Journey Together and others. So Shrouded Fable, the Pokemon Center version ETB, just sold out. MSRP was $60, and for a long time it was sitting there, but now it's sitting around $95, $97. This one says $77. Might be things, yeah, $97. That looks like where we're at. We're just shy of 100 on this thing, and this is only a matter of hours after it had sold out. Maybe it's been a day. I don't know. It hasn't been long, that's for sure. But a big thing in this set here are going to be the ancillary products. This was kind of carrying the set all together. This Greninja promo was really carrying these. I can't believe just for the, what is it, 4 or 5 packs? It might be 5. It's 5 packs. And the promo, basically, you're sitting around $73. That's a lot. And this is actually down a bit just recently, but it might just be leveling off. But we're going to see. We're going to see things going up because that Pokemon Center just sold out. So this will probably swing back up at $73 for the 5 packs of a set that people were passing on. But you can see this entire set is climbing. Specifically, the Greninja EX box is all being carried by the Greninja EX promo itself. And the fact that this one is $35 just for the promo card. If this were a main series set, this would be up there with the Greninja EX out of Twilight Masquerade, probably surpassing it. I think the artwork is phenomenal. This would compete with the Pikachu SIR. This would be getting closer into some of the lower end evolutions, maybe the mid-tier evolutions like a Sylveon or something, or an Espeon. I don't know. It'd be up there. This one would definitely carry a lot if it wasn't a promo, because the promo automatically gives a lot more availability, a lot more possibility, a lot more potential. I have a case for the Greninja EX, Kingdra EX that I got. I thought the promos looked that good. I figured I'll go for it. And for a while, it was a flat line. And I was like, maybe that was a bad call. And that's the problem. I'm not a guru. I'm not the predictor of all things. This has actually come down a little bit from a $43 mark. But your lower listings here at $35, that's a lot for one promo this early on a set most people were passing. All right? And you have to kind of factor all those things in. But we're riding the wave. We're riding the wave of the market. The market is still going and growing. A lot more people coming in from Pokemon TCG Pocket. You have a lot of people who are getting involved with the hobby in a lot of different ways. And that is carrying the weight of the entirety of the TCG behind it. And things all tend to rise together. Maybe not at the same pace. Maybe it's a wave of one thing and the focus shifts because most people get priced out. They have to level down, and then they get priced out of that, and you got to level down, and it starts catching these sets that people were passing. But it's not a passable set now, and you start looking at it. I don't know if it's just compared to what we have and the fact that it's so unobtainable that you start looking at it and go, oh man, that Persian's pretty nice. Hey, that Houndoom's pretty cool. And now those cards are rising because there's more interest, and it's kind of a collective decision. And everybody moves in that direction, so we all kind of boost it for each other, in turn hurting the price overall for everyone, right? Including ourselves. But you got to stay in the hobby and enjoy it however you can. So it's just interesting to see how it flows. A new set will come out. Journey Together will come out. And then we'll see how the market shifts. Will it keep pushing everything up, or will it alleviate some things in the past and behind us that those are the focus there, and easier to go after that kind of stuff. It's interesting for sure, but definitely Tuesdays are easy because everything is climbing. And speaking of climbing, let's climb up in numbers to the 5,000 subscriber mark. I'm giving away this Brilliant Stars ETB, knowing what we know now, that Pokemon Center ETB is not available. So the Brilliant Stars ETB from my collection is going out to 1 lucky subscriber, 5 Pokemon mystery card lots going out to 5 additional subscribers. I want to give it to a few people overall. Go back to the beginning of the video where I explain exactly what you need to do, but of course do the simple things like comment and subscribe. I post 7 days a week. And with that, I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.